Hello and welcome back. Advent of Code 2022, day 6. This is an easy one. Let's see how fast we can do it. All right, so there's a lot of filler text here, but basically you are given a string as your input, and you need to find the first set of 4 characters that are all different. And Importantly, it wants you to basically spit out the index of the last character in that sequence. So, all right, in get 6.text1, we get a string. There's only one line, so length 1, so we can just disclose it to get the string. Assign this to p. By the way, spoiler alert, part 2 is the exact same thing, except that it's 14 characters rather than 4. So let's write a function that takes a number. It's going to take 4 in this case. We can do a window reduce to be able to get all of the sequential groups of 4 in our input. There they are. We can say for each not equals to get a Boolean vector. What not equals does is, this is a new function that was added in Dyalog 18. It's called unique masks. Basically, the first occurrence of element in a vector gets a 1, and if it's a duplicate element, it gets a 0. So we get a bunch of Boolean vectors. We can mix this to put it into a matrix, and then we can and reduce along the rows. And what this is basically saying is, output a 1 if all of the elements are 1. So in this case, it would be, unique mask would return all 1s if all the elements were unique. So we get a Boolean vector, and monadic iota underbar, or where, will tell us the indices of where the 1s are. We can take the first one. And then because it wants the index of the last character at which this is met, we can just do w plus, and then we'll subtract 1 because we are in the default index origin of 1. That gives us an answer of 1912, which is the answer for part 2. Again, it's the answer for part 1. Part 2 basically asks us to replace this with 14 instead of 4. We get 2122, which is the correct answer. All of this together would look like, yeah. So we have a function, and then f4 and f14. This will be part 1, and this is part 2. And the line to get our input is here. So if we run the whole thing, we get 1912 and 2122, which is 2 answers. So the only really interesting thing here, if you haven't seen it, is this windowed reduce. You can use this on all sorts of primitive functions to consider basically like sequential groups of some particular input. Other than that, this is all kind of standard. Okay, well, maybe day 7 will be harder. Thanks for watching.